on.
This is the Deron Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Deron Harris.
Yeah, like, man, we started the new year with 3 dogs. The fuck we ended with 1? That shit bullshit. But it's life. Let me stop.
It is what it is, babe.
No, I know. I found an article. And let me tell you, it's great. It was a good read. And I got to just keep rereading it until I actually get it.
What article was it?
It was just how to grieve after an unexpected, because that's what it was. It was an unexpected, loss.
Right.
Of a pet.
What did they say?
They asked very good questions like, could you have controlled the noise that scared your dog?
No.
So it's just a few questions, and I was answering them. The other one was like, was there anything that you could have done to help your dog?
Yes. I could have closed the fence, and I could have let him in when he was on my heels, because he was close to me, and I told him to stay, and he left, and he ran through the gate that I didn't close.
Okay, but like here, and they're good questions, and I know it's to help. Oh, see here, because I don't want to like make up my own questions. Did you make the sound to frighten your cat or this
No.
example dog?
No.
No. Were you able to prevent the sound?
No.
No. Could you control the direction your dog ran in?
No.
No. Do you have control over the car driver, including what time they left their house and the route they were taking?
No.
No. Did you have any control over the injuries?
No.
When you let your dog out, did you intend to do harm?
No.
Can you see into the future?
No.
No. These are great questions. They truly helped me immediately when I read them. Because this was the questions
Right.
that I've been asking myself.
Right.
So that was good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some good. That's great. Like you said, it's great questions. Those are all circumstances that are out of your hands.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Because we sit here sometimes and we just think, oh man, what could I have done? Well, me. I'm just speak for me. I was like, oh.
I'm thirsty as fuck.
Yeah. Well, we had that MSG.
MSG for the new year. MSG.
That's how you do it. You started with sodium.
For the new year. Had to have some Chinese food. Yeah, we didn't have no black eyed peas or none of that shit.
No.
Yeah, fuck good luck.
I forgot to make coquito.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry. I'll make that shit tomorrow.
Listen, I don't give a fuck what people say. Coquito is some shit that should be available like all year long. You should be able to get coquito everywhere, anywhere. Well, yeah, fuck yeah. It should be available everywhere and anywhere.
That's really good.
It's great. It really is. And I'll tell you, the way that you make it is good, because although it tastes like it's terrible for you, it's actually not bad. It's not. I mean, it's not even dairy. That shit is real. I like that.
Yeah, your stomach doesn't feel it. Feel the pain.
Yeah, you just don't be on some pain with it.
Because think about it. I mean, I say that all the time, but you're talking about some milk.
You be out here on the boo-boos.
Yeah, some milk, and then you're going to put some rum.
Your whole stomach.
Try to look all cute for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, and then now you bloated. And you...
Sound like a Volkswagen trying to start.
That's crazy.
See, that's why I like the way you make it, because like Like I said, like you said, I mean, you get out there with some milk and rum. I used to work at like a place, and we used to make these ice cream drinks, and I was like, how
Nope.
terrible is that to do to somebody?
Yeah, like imagine on
mean,
a first date. Actually, where not to go on a first date to eat because
Yeah, or what not to really
what not to eat.
What not to
Yeah.
eat on a first date?
Ice cream. Okay,
Yeah, you do. Yeah, especially
you're
if you know
lactose
your ass is
intolerant,
lactose intolerant. Don't
do
be like,
that.
oh yeah, let's go get some ice cream. That's gonna be great.
Ugh. That's why I would go to Hippo. Notice
See, that's
when you
cool.
met me because
Oh
I
yeah, that's
knew
where you
what
took
to,
all your.
yeah, I knew what to pick.
That's
where
where
I
you took
won't
you.
be,
That's where you took all your fellas before you met me, babe.
babe. Hippo's here in Florida, and no, calm it down.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I was looking for something natural, like I like them. I
But
like
listen,
Hippo. They don't
I mean,
they don't
that's-
get me sick. My stomach
That
doesn't
really
hurt
is.
when I
That
eat.
really is something to consider, though. I mean,
Yeah, I consider like the
Yo.
first day when you said let's go get pizza. I was like, oh shit, I'm lactose intolerant, but
me too.
but it was a slice,
But see, that's the.
and we had
But
the
you know what
soup,
though?
which
Listen,
didn't get me
I'm gonna say this.
sick.
Depending on the type of cheese, I don't really have a problem. You know, some of the cheese, you know, I definitely got some issues with.
How
But
about
like
Pizza Hut? Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut. But see, that's not cheese.
Oh,
I don't even think that shit
then
is
why
cheese.
the fuck do we get it?
I don't know because the shit is good.
Oh no.
The shredded barbecue beef. If they just gave me that,
How do you
I
know
could-
that's real?
It ain't. Probably not. It's probably like muskrat meat or something.
But it's good.
Out here eating muskrat.
Yeah, that's
Barbecue
true.
muskrat.
Yeah, ice cream. You know where else I thought about that shrimp boil or whatever? Like
Oh, that Mr. and
the-
Mrs. Crab shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
because
bad
it's
for you.
messy.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. People ruin all their clothes. They ruin their clothes. They ruin all kind of like, I mean, it's just not good. The stuff it stains. I mean, I opened, the first, Mr. and Mrs. Crab joint.
They give you a bib, babe.
Yeah, you get
For
a
a
bib because
reason.
the shit is sloppy as fuck.
So it's like, why would you go there on your first
But
date?
everybody be like, the shit is good. I really personally never, I never ate the food. I ate chicken wings while I worked there.
Just imagine us going there on a first date so you can hear me slurp on my damn food.
But you know what though? We ate soup though.
But I slurp really slow and soft. I
You
was
slurp
very.
sexy.
That's different.
Sexy
That's-
slurping.
I was real, smooth about it. And, yeah. No, it was blow and. This is how it went. Blow.
Okay.
that. Where with that other food, you're like,
Yeah.
and
that's
you gotta
true.
lick your finger and all that. No, I'm talking about first
we
date.
just had a
That's not
slice
the
of
place to
pizza
go.
and a bowl of soup.
Where else? I always think about that. Chicken wings, they can be
Chicken
kind of
wings,
funky.
listen. But chicken wings can be good for a first date, especially if you both are like into football and chicken wings, or like sports and chicken
Well, it
wings.
depends how you eat your wings too.
Now, see, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some people leave meat on the chicken wing, and that's blasphemy. That's that's you. I mean, like,
I've seen people put the whole wing in their mouth
That's
and
me.
nothing comes out.
that's me.
But something comes out, just the bone.
Yeah, that's me. It's very, very. It's like a science to it. Some people could do it.
Yeah.
Some people could do it. You just have to understand where to separate the chicken from the bone
But
while the
this is
shit
how
is in
you
your
gonna
mouth.
know if a woman gonna suck your dick good. Because if she put that whole chicken wing in there and take that out, it's all bone.
Well, see, that's how you know like you gonna get your cootie cat ate to your head pop off.
That's stupid.
That's how you know. That is how you know.
Yeah.
That.
And actually, that's how you tell certain things, right?
I mean, well, definitely you could tell things about people by the way they eat.
By the way that, yep.
You could tell things about people's manners, their upbringing,
People that chew with their mouth
just
open.
really subtle shit that you could pick up on by the way people eat.
Yeah. Thinking what else? What other food? It's pretty messy. How's Italian food? Spaghetti
See,
can be.
I mean, but see, you could
Spaghetti's
Italian
good.
food is like Italian food historically is like first date food.
Yeah.
People like to go to the straight up expensive Italian restaurant because I guess or either like a steakhouse or some shit like that. That's historically been like, oh, I'm going to take my first date out. Where should we go? And it's usually, like I said, like some sort of Italian joint, or you go into some sort of steakhouse. I took you to an Italian restaurant.
Yeah. But I like what we had.
It was great.
It wasn't crazy. It was simple. It wasn't messy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I was comfortable,
Yeah, I wanted you to be comfortable, and that's the thing. Listen, that's when I knew you was like a real one because, I really don't think it would have mattered. We could have ate. It was more about getting to know you.
Yeah.
Not about. You didn't put any kind of pressure. Are you going to buy this for me?
Oh, no, let's just go eat. I'm just hungry.
Even though I was going to, I would have paid for everything. I would have paid for everything anyway. But, it wasn't even on that pretense. It wasn't even on that. It really was, like 100 miles a minute, two people trying to really get to know each other. And that's unfortunate that a lot of times here today, people just speed right past that and you find yourself with somebody you're like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How did I end up here with this? But you didn't, like my sister said, she always said, when you first meet a person, you're not really meeting that person. You're meeting that person's representative. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to show you on our first date exactly who I was. And I tried to corroborate my story by introducing you to like my three best friends in the world. You know what I mean? So it was, I wanted you to know that A, I was genuine as they come. B, this is who you're really getting. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is who you get. And these people, if I'm fake, these three motherfuckers right here are going to tell you.
Yeah.
Just by who you were, you really didn't even have to open your mouth. It was a ball of wax. It was sort of a ball of wax. That was, the minute I saw you at the club, it was a soda ball of wax. It was like, yeah, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, that night, actually, I had some wings. I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to eat these wings. You told me the wings are good. I had the wings. And
Dave made your wings.
Oh, some wings.
Dave made your wings. Dave was working there, too.
Wings. And now I don't even eat wings. Not like that.
No shit. We ate, listen. Over the last 5 years, I think we have given up like a lot of, we used to go to Sonny's barbecue and eat all you could eat meat like 3-4 times a month. If we had an extra couple of minutes to spare, we was going to Sonny's to eat all we could eat. We was going to Willie's and eating big fat giant cheeseburgers.
That shit was good.
That shit was good though. It was good, but we don't even remotely eat like that at
no.
Listen, not even
it's
close.
It's taking we're doing actually pretty good. It's taking look at, like you said, a year ago, where were we? What were we eating? And look at us now. So it takes a minute, but we're doing it.
A year ago I baked a bunch of shit. I was baking, so yeah, and I had to eat all the shit that I baked because nobody ate it. But this year, everybody wanted to eat shit. But anyway, but I didn't bake anything. I recently, this past year, I haven't really baked a lot of anything. But I just recently started baking shit.
And not only that, these last cookies you made, those were good. Like like you said, most of the stuff in there's better than what you were baking with.
And that's
that's
the whole thing is really what it was is we started reading labels. We became label readers.
Oh my God, yeah, I caught myself doing that the other day at Publix. I was like, wow, look at me.
Listen, people hate going to the grocery store. I love going to the grocery store because to me the grocery store is educational. You can really get a solid education about food in the grocery store if you take time to read.
To read it.
But people, I got to get this. I ain't got no time, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And they end up, really just buying food out of convenience instead of buying food for nutrition.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
you got to take care of yourself. And that's where it starts. You got to read that label. You know how many times I put things down the other day at Publix? Now, I haven't been at Publix in a long time, and I haven't been in there to take my time to actually read.
Right.
You know how I go in there and I know exactly what I want and I'm out, but I was like, okay, I want other things. I mean, I grabbed some juice from the fridge section. I read it. I was like, too much sugar. I put that down.
Yeah, there you go.
Then I got the grapefruit, and I was like, all right, this is better.
See, but you know what? Like, not to cut you off, but that thing that you showed me with the guy who had the little sugar cubes and shit.
Yeah, and that's what I
That
think,
shit right
because
there.
I'm visual.
When you start seeing visual cues of the shit that it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't be eating that much sugar, or maybe I shouldn't eat that much this. I mean, listen. There was a time I ate cheeseburgers 3 times a day. And not just cheeseburgers, bacon cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? Big, fat, juicy, expensive ones. Bacon cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? That was my diet, because my body just metabolized it. But, here I am, older. I'm still, somewhat, thin. But, it definitely, where weight didn't stick to me before, it definitely is starting to stick to me now. But I still have somewhat of a metabolism, but I don't eat. I mean, if I ate like I used to eat, I would. I would be on the verge of being obese.
And not even obese, you don't even know what you're doing to your heart by eating those kind of food.
Well, of course you do. You do know what you're doing to your heart. They put that shit up there on some. This shit is a carcinogen. You up here killing yourself.
Oh, so, I know. I mean, you do know, but people just continue to eat it because it's good, and sometimes it's the cheapest way to go. But yeah, it's best to read the labels. I mean, if you care enough,
right? You have to care.
They got to be where you're at.
You got to care.
But
see, some people don't. They're just hungry, or they're like on some on some budget. And you can't really blame people because they do. I mean, being healthy. I'm sorry, man, but being healthy is expensive.
It is.
It's expensive, and it shouldn't be but I tell you, it's expensive because they need bodies to treat. They need bodies to medicate. That's why shit is expensive. That's why everything that's good for you or good for your body is expensive.
Yeah.
Because if everybody had access to good food or healthy food, then there would be no need for a lot of the medicines, the medicines that we take, or even some of the doctors that we have. But
all these hospitals still being built because they're about to bring this bullshit.
Oh,
they're about to bring so much bullshit. I see so many hospitals being built. I was like, for what?
Yeah, little emergency rooms and all kinds for people going into cardiac arrest behind this bullshit that we eating, or the environment that's happening. It's just I don't know, man. It's just. To me, this shit is wild.
Yeah, I'm like, some shit.
To me, this shit is wild.
Speaking about food that you don't eat on the first day, because I'm still on that shit, is some shit they won't send you to the hospital. Now that we're talking about that.
Like what?
How about somebody's allergic to some shit?
How that becomes your job to speak up.
I would hope so, but
sorry, but I'm allergic to pecans.
And you just want to be nice and eat the motherfucking pecans.
Nah, you need to speak the fuck up.
I told you, I'm allergic to walnuts.
Yeah,
I don't fuck around with walnuts.
I have walnuts. I love walnuts, but I don't bake with them though because you don't eat them.
But remember, I was like, if you're gonna bake, I'll eat. I'll try whatever
Why would
you
I
bake.
try and deliberately poison you?
No, I'm not saying you are, but people should be mindful of, just telling. I would hope that people are honest from the beginning. I'm allergic to this.
Yeah, listen. I eat mostly everything. Do I like everything? I like a good variety of stuff, but I don't like everything. But I definitely, if I'm allergic to some shit, you're definitely gonna know about it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So.
Yep.
Here, babe.
Also got to know shit that gives you heartburn on the first day, so you don't fuck that up.
Listen, I didn't get heartburn until a few years ago. And that's some straight up old man shit. Some old shit. That's old shit creeping up to try to get me.
Nope. It's the food that you're eating.
It used to not be. But then your body changes. The older you get. It's some old shit.
Oh, don't do that. It's just some...
It's some old shit, babe. I used to not get Heartburn. I could eat I could eat everything. I had a stomach, like I had a cast iron stomach. I could eat anything. But now, certain things I'll get heartburn.
It can't be old shit because I've been having heartburn since I was 16
But see,
years
some
old.
people are like that though.
And
That
so
wasn't me.
It's the body. There's certain
Yeah,
foods that I know.
the older it gets.
But I was only 16. What are you talking about, old?
Yeah, your body gave out. Your digestive system bounced on you early.
That's funny.
I don't know. I just was like, we were able to eat pretty much what we wanted. You know what I mean? I mean, but we still made, my dad's a coach, so we still made somewhat, decent decisions when it came down to food. But I can remember, especially now, I'm just like, oh my God, I can remember drinking gigantic glasses of milk. You know what I'm saying? Just giant. I love it. I love it.
I cannot.
I love the taste of milk.
I like milk mixed with cereal, but that's it.
Me and my brother used to just just drink milk. Like a gallon of milk lasts like a couple of days.
Really?
Fuck yeah, we was drinking the shit out of that shit. Because milk does the body good.
Oh, no. I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to go ahead and drink something else. Yeah. I didn't even do the whole dip the cookie in the milk.
I did.
Because I was like, nope, because I don't like the taste of milk.
Before there was Cookie Crisp, there was Chips Ahoy and milk. I tried to, but it just turns into mush.
Ugh,
but I ate it anyway because it was fucking delicious.
Well, let me not say ilk because I dip crackers into coffee until it gets mushy.
But see, that's a cultural thing, though, babe. That's a cultural thing in Latin. I mean, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I dip bread in the coffee. Oh my God, butter, bread and butter.
See, that right there sounds. That right there to me sounds like, all right, what's popping with that? What's happening? What's going on, abuela?
Yeah, that's just so good. Well, it was good because I don't do that.
I know it's like 3 things that you no longer consume: coffee, bread, and butter.
Because that's
but that's
what
not true because I do still bake though. So
yeah.
from time to time I bake bread.
But because I ate that so much, you notice I'm avoiding the things that I ate growing up. Just because now I'm more conscious about what I eat. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sourdough bread, though, I wouldn't mind. Sourdough bread, I can get down with sourdough bread.
I need to get on some sourdough starter.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I need to get on that.
Coffee? I'm just not a coffee person. I mean, I'll still drink café con leche, and I'll make some. And, I don't mind drinking it. I'm just not a coffee person like that. I'm more of a tea now.
Coffee's got caffeine in it. Caffeine has acid in it. Acid goes to the weakest parts of your body and makes it weaker.
And tea doesn't give you that effect.
But see, some of the other shit that we eat does the same thing. Meat has acid in it. Trauma has acid in it. Stress has acid in it.
Stress, right there.
You know what I mean? Just everything. But, if you could control the acid that goes into your body, you know what I'm saying? Psh,
well, the doctor took all my acid a year ago.
Sugar for me is probably my weakest point. I bake the shit out of stuff. So it's a weak point for me. So, but for my whole life, my body has always metabolized sugar well. But I know that I'm to the point now where, hey, dog, you can't eat that much sugar. Mm-hmm. You can't be eating this much sugar all the time, and you need to calm it down. You know what I'm saying? You might have to give up some. But see, one of the things I love to bake. Yeah. I love to bake things.
And you don't want to stop, and it's unfair.
I don't want to stop.
That's how I feel. I want to bake so many things, but I'm like, I'm not going to eat it because now I'm just like, this
so
and
I'm just
that.
like...
But like I told you, I started with the lavender the other day because I was like, okay, I found a recipe, and I'm going to try to do something healthier and bake. I would like to bake, but I can do it. There's other people out here baking all kinds of healthy stuff.
Yeah, there's substitutes for some things, but sometimes you can kind of tell that this is a substitute. Like the egg replacer.
Yeah.
It was good, but you could kind of taste it. That this ain't really eggs, is it? You know what I mean? Like, as the coagulant in anything that you bake.
Yeah.
So.
And you could taste in some food sweater,
Some food. I think that has a lot to do with the ratio of shit that you use and the shit that you decide to use in the recipe. Like if you use like fucking millet and shit like that, you probably could be on some sweater. That bread, Ezekiel. That bread,
I've
Ezekiel.
tried it a
What?
few times. I just can't get past the second slice.
It just makes me think of, somebody out there with like a horse pushing that shit around in a fucking circle, making fucking grain barefoot out there with like a fucking loincloth.
This is crazy. I mean, we've given it a try. Hey, let's go this route. But that's why I'm like sourdough. I'll take sourdough.
Yeah, sourdough sometimes is like, it tastes twangy in places where it shouldn't be twangy.
I'd rather I can do that. I can get past that and eat that.
Yeah, I can too. I mean, I can.
But I can't do the sweater.
Yeah, sweater bread is hard.
It doesn't matter, especially when you put peanut butter. It is dry.
Choke out. It's choke out. It's choke out. Me and my sister used to, speaking of dry, me and my sister used to have contests to see how many saltine crackers we could fit in our mouth and chew before the other one. Like a whole mouth, like a half a ream of crackers.
That's crazy.
We would just stuff in our mouth and that's what we did for fun. We did crazy shit like that. Hot sauce battles.
Wow.
Twyla was the queen of hot sauce. Just queen of hot sauce. But, just crazy like food that we would eat, and now, I look back at, man, if I'd have known back then, I mean, people say this all the time, if I'd have known back then what I know now about food, and listen, I mean, especially coming up in the food and beverage industry, if I'd have known back then what I knew about food now,
yeah.
I mean, I probably, I feel like I would be a lot healthier than I am. Not that I'm unhealthy, but.
But you said at one point you were doing good. You were doing shots of wheatgrass.
Yeah, I was like, when I was like.
We can get back to that.
Listen, when I was like 27 years old, I was living in the city, though. I mean, that's the thing. Right now, we live in.
Oh.
The big store is Walmart. Let's just put it like that.
Yep.
That's where we live. So,
Oh, shit. Here you go. Yeah, we're at Walmart. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I just realized that I left the blueberries and baking soda, and now they're about to be soggy.
the business was sitting there for like an hour and a half on some baking soda and water, trying to be healthy.
Not soggy ass blueberries. Either soggy or they're gonna be super clean.
Something.
Yeah.
So, all right, I guess we go on a break or whatever that was. I guess that was a half a podcast anyway, but thanks for joining us, folks. As I sit here and chop it up with my wife before my actual podcast. Mm-hmm. So, stay tuned. We'll be back. We just ate a whole thing of chocolate covered almonds.
No, we're going through it.
Let me get a couple more of these things.
I ain't gonna get my fucking blueberries. Is what the fuck I need to go get. 'Cause that's what the fuck it is. It
We
ain't
need some blueberries,
chocolate.
not chocolate covered almonds.
This is not it. So much so that the coconut's making my mouth itch. Good. And that should mean stop the fucking eating. You right. The whole thing. You bought them.
Blame it on me. They on your chest.
I'm just reading the back. Motherfucker, stop. I'm fucking doing a podcast. I'll beat your ass. Cookie, right now's not the fucking time.
The cat.
Cookie? That's a no.
Hey, bro. Psst.
Motherfucker over here eating. If you want to hunt, you go outside. My toes are not it. Oh, sorry.
All right.
No. It's not all right. I got myself worked up. He's going to go in there, babe, and hide and play.
Get your ass out of there, cat.
There's nothing in there for you but poison.
Wanna go outside, motherfucker?
Yeah, because he's already on the caca list. Did he leave?
Yep.
Bye. Motherfucker came in here. He just came over here, baby. He started doing this. Nibble, nibble. Like, motherfucker.
He started chewing on my shit early.
When he starts chewing on my toes, he make me mad.
See, they be saying cats be biting you on some love bite. That's how they, like, show their affection.
Mm-hmm.
Biting on you and shit.
I don't know about that shit. Who's they?
I don't
Who's
know.
they?
I guess researchers.
I'm gonna have to look that shit up because I was trying to be grounded earlier and that motherfucker came behind.
Now, when they start scratching you and shit, that's a different story.
Well, I'm not
Well,
gonna.
I don't know. Maybe, well, I mean.
I'm not gonna lie. The other night, Cookie came over, babe, and it was nighttime. I was sleeping real good, and he came over and just like got in my face, and then he did like a noise, like I can't even make the noise. It was more like I don't know what it was. I was a little scared. I was like, "Ooh, I cannot fucking move."
What was it, babe?
I'm trying to do it again. I don't know. It was something like that. I will tell you.
Was he purring, babe?
He was purring, but he also was making a noise.
What kind of noise?
That noise.
Like, I
don't know how to do. It was like more like, because I've heard him. I know when he purrs, but it was like an add-on to that. And so I was like, oh shit. And he gets real close. Like he was on me. Like his nose was on my motherfucking nose, over my nose. And I was like, okay, I can't move. Because if I move, I was just afraid, like, is he going to bitch slap me? Like I was real scared for a minute there. But that was just him showing his affection. And then last night, though, he laid his ass on my neck. And I was like, I can't breathe, Cookie. You got to get off of me.
Yeah, he comes in like in the morning. He like lays like right up underneath my chin and shit like that.
Yeah, because I read the researchers, I read an article that they say that if they do that, they're just making sure that you're alive. But I was like, bullshit, this motherfucker tried to kill me last night.
I don't think he tried to kill you, babe. I just think I think he likes to play. Like he gets the zoomies at night.
Yeah. Well, I will say that he definitely felt our energy last night. He slept on my side, which I was surprised because he never really does that, you know. And
yeah, he does. I wake up a lot and he's down there.
Well, he was like sleeping
you.
like almost on the pillow. And I was like, oh shit, Cookie, I almost mushed you. But because I don't move, you know, I just got to sleep on my back right now. I didn't realize that he was over there. But yeah, he was on the choke out yesterday on the fucking, oh shit. I was like, I don't know, Cookie. This is like the second night. The other night, your ass had your nose touching my nose, and now I'm making that noise.
They say that's why, like, people with children, they used to say that, or like babies, they used to say, keep the cats out of the baby's room because the cats steal the baby's breath. That was a myth. That was an old myth, like a old wives' tale. And what it was is... cats are heavy, and newborn babies sleeping on their back, they don't have the muscle to inhale, so they end up passing away because they can't breathe. And they say that's because, but the cat isn't. They thought cats were evil because of that, and that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Listen,
we have cookies, so I'm like,
they made up
shit.
a bunch of bullshit back in the day.
Instead of just fucking telling the truth. And
I'm sure they thought that shit was the truth back in the day.
What? Yes.
Because it's probably the only thing that made sense to them at the time.
Right. What made sense to them. But if they did a little bit more research.
I bet they probably went to the extent of their knowledge. Motherfuckers was probably like, yeah, that's probably the best course of action.
Yeah, because how you going to call a cat evil? You know, and then you have people afraid of cats for so many years for that reason. And
Well,
it's
see,
like,
and it's fucked up. It's fucked up because that translated to women. You know, motherfucker could just walk up to a
Yeah.
chick and be like, witch!
and that's it.
Yeah. You get burned at the stake.
And that's it for your ass. Yeah,
That's
no.
crazy, the shit that motherfuckers made up.
And still are making up. Which made
Yeah,
up
yeah.
and still continue to
Motherfuckers
make up.
making
And
it
I'm like,
up.
how do you believe the bullshit? Because it's bullshit.
I mean, it's like a ongoing soap opera of us, like, believing
Yeah.
some bullshit.
Well, I think right now God's sitting there watching TV and he's just switching channels and he's like, fools.
Yeah,
Foolish.
fools. More fools.
Yeah.
More fools.
And more fools.
Yeah, because we really are just ignorant as fuck.
I'm sure we're a mix of the Twilight Zone, the whole circus. You know, aliens are watching us right now.
Hey, listen, if they came here, they have left us. They have left us. They have decided not to come.
Yeah, they're like
They were
that.
probably coming here. they probably got here. Were like, nah,
Yeah, never mind.
I'm gonna wait for 4 more years and see.
Yeah. This is not the time.
If I was aliens, I wouldn't come to this motherfucker. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. You know, especially after seeing how these people treat their own people. Because, listen, aliens. I think aliens is pretty down together.
Yeah, I don't think there's a homeless alien right now.
I don't think they have alien homelessness.
Yeah, at all.
Everybody got a house, babe. Mm-hmm. All right. Aliens got homes.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet you that's probably true. I bet you alien society is probably communist.
Yeah. Because I think about. Yeah.
Oh, some ration some shit out.
Possibly.
Everybody working for the collective.
Because I think about all these movies and just think about it. Where would they be? That doesn't exist. Homeless?
I don't know. Because I look at it like this. I mean, we don't know. We ain't no fucking scientists, and we don't know anything about that shit. But I'm almost I'd be willing to make a guess that other societies, there are many different types of societies out there in interstellar space that we just have no conceptual grasp of because we can't get off this planet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's it could be anything out there. It really could be. But as far as we know, currently, there ain't shit.
Right. And the same thing can be said for down there in the waters. What's
Yeah,
down there?
oh yeah. There's plenty of shit down here. But see,
Up above,
I
down
don't
below.
want to go down there.
I know. I don't
I
either.
don't need to be on some down
Is
there.
Godzilla down there?
I don't know. I don't think Godzilla be down.
Nah.
I don't know. There is shit down there though.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
I'm
shit
ta-
down there. There's
I mean,
still
I've heard
Godzilla
huge-
don't have to be down there. Godzilla does not have to be down there because there's plenty of big shit down there instead. These giant squids.
Yeah, what came up during the hurricane, people were saying like they saw like these huge creatures and
Yeah, there's shit out there we just can't fathom. It lives some places that we can't even get. The Marianas Trench is just like the largest, deepest rift in the deepest point on recorded like that we have ever recorded on Earth. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's shit down there that I mean, because there's shit that lives underwater that we just we don't understand how they living down there.
yeah, in the dark.
Yeah, in the dark around temperatures that are one extreme or the other, but they thrive and live. And okay, all right then, you do y'all.
Yeah, for sure. And keep it down there. Yeah, so that's that on that.
So a couple of weeks ago, I did that the podcast on Black Project 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And
where you at with that? Like,
Well, we bought. I bought this deodorant from a place called Garner's Garden, and the reason I bought it is because it's 100% black owned. It's a dude, and this dude on the receipt wrote me a handwritten thank you.
yeah, that's cool. See,
Thank you, Deron.
Personal.
Yo,
I like
yo,
that.
you
That's
welcome.
personal touch.
You are welcome, man. I mean, absolutely. You know, now I said something a couple of weeks ago, and I think I got to take back. I think I said something about Target and their DEI initiative. Now I'm not sure I think I heard correctly, but I'm not sure if I did or not. If I did, if I was wrong, I apologize. And they didn't get rid of their DEI stance because they do. They have on their website a section for black-owned business, black and Latin-owned business.
Yeah.
But they have a section where they highlight that, and even in their stores, there are, like, we went and bought this stuff called Bevel, but we quickly found out that it's distributed by Procter and Gamble,
Yeah.
which is not really, you know what I'm saying? It might be a black dude that made the deodorant, but it's distributed through Procter and Gamble, which, all right, that's not necessarily what I'm talking about. So I did some digging. I found a couple of companies that had some deodorant. Some of it was like $20. But this one was reasonably priced. It was $8.99, but the shipping was also $8.99. So I'll make sure next time to get, But the deodorant, it's been good, man. I mean, it's been really good. And, from that, I've decided that I'm going to try and buy as many black-owned things or black or Latin-owned things or from small business. There was a dude on social media talking about the 28th of January, boycotting all, buying things from all major businesses. I'm down with that.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I actually even think on that Target site, just looking through these businesses.
Yeah.
You said they have black and Latin owned.
Yeah.
Just going through them.
Just kind of going through them. I mean, I'd like to go through them and check them out just to see. And also, I'd like to really kind of dig a little deeper and see where they do stand on their DEI stance. Because like I said, or like we said, 2025, we supporting people that support us and nobody who don't.
I found some Latinas that do these frames for the glasses. Now, I'm trying to go with my contacts now, but I wouldn't mind. I mean, the frames look cool, so I wouldn't mind like seeing about one of the frames.
Yeah, see, I'm down with that. I'm okay with that because people make it seem like nobody but white people can make high quality things or things that are viable in a mainstream market, and that's just simply not true. I mean, it's almost like. Like this deodorant we have. There's so many other deodorants. There's Degree and Speed Stick and, Sure and, Secret and blah, 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 blah. There's so many things. Suave. But we don't get any deodorants, from people of color, even though there are people that make them. They never make a mainstream type push. And that's why, Target having these things in their stores was kind of dope, for us. We was able to go there and be like, yo, I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get my product straight from the source now, which I think that's just better. I mean, for me.
Yeah, go to their website.
I just go to their website and.
People be like, well, what about shipping? Just buy enough things so it offsets the shipping. It's not really a big deal if you get if that's what the shipping is.
Yeah, or pay for the shipping. And then also, I've learned. I bought the shampoo and the conditioner. I just give myself some time. I know it takes about a week and a half. All right, be patient, and just it'll get here. And I know that if I need this shampoo and conditioner, when I need to order it, because now I know how long it's going to take.
Right, and that's the thing. Next time I order, because I bought one bar of, one deodorant, one stick of deodorant.
And also you were trying it out.
Also I was trying it out, which I do like. But I think what I want to do also is I'm gonna order from this guy again. probably the next time. But I want to order enough things from him so that the shipping isn't so, like, damn,
Yeah.
that shipping was wild business. I want to do that, but I want to also order from some of these other places that I found.
Yeah.
And I found some sneakers. So I know you've been saying that you want a pair, a pair of Nikes, and that's but I think I might actually buy a different pair of sneakers instead of buying Nikes. And I also found, and I bookmarked a black dude that makes work boots.
Oh, that's cool.
So I want to try to check that out. You know what I mean? Because why not?
Yeah, I'm looking
Why
for
not?
a few
I'm looking
things.
to support. I'm looking to build. I mean, let's face it. If we want to close that racial wealth gap, then we need to start spending money in our own communities.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That needs to start happening for sure. I mean, well, we're doing it. And we can the only thing we can do is spread the word and be like, yo, we got this and this from this place, I mean, down to hopefully, it's going to be hard for clothes because, we like what we like. But I don't mind trying other people,
It's going to be hard for grocery stores.
Food. Well, we're finding out that food is
and
going to be hard
that's
right
where
now.
it's going to be hard. So you're going to have to go to, but see, maybe not in certain cases.
Well.
Because Costco told him to eat a dick.
Mm-hmm. But what does Costco sell that we go in there?
Costco is like
No, I know it's like Sam's Club, but what I'm saying, just the way we've been shopping, we don't go to Costco because now we're looking for organic. Do they have a lot of organic stuff?
See, and I think a lot of these larger box stores are going to have to start going that route because of that. There's a clear divide here. There's a clear divide down the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people obviously being pressured into their DEI, initiatives being dropped, but there are also clearly some people that are pushing back against it, that are like, you know what, we stand with our employees. And I think their statement, Costco's statement was, our customer base enjoys coming to shop at our facility and seeing themselves represented in our workforce.
Mm-hmm.
And we stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And I 110% respect the shit out of that, because, everybody's starting to turn coat and jump down with dude. But I think people starting to see, a lot of kinks in this guy's armor.
Yeah, and I'm actually happy that Costco decided to do that because I really enjoy their churros. That's all I go in there for.
Well, I'm sure they got other things, but the churros was good. But
no, I go in there for just that shit. I know people are talking about their hot dogs all the time. There's always a line. And listen, the amount of hot dogs that I see coming out of Costco.
Them shits are $1, and they're horrible. They're the worst fucking thing in the world for you. $1 Costco hot dog. That reminds me of I was working at that place in St. Pete Beach.
Mm-hmm.
For New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve we got Costco. Yo, the GM of the joint, he, I guess, went to Sam's and bought, when I tell you the cheapest fucking hot dogs that he could find,
Mm-hmm.
the cheapest fucking hot dogs. I think some of them were actually fingers. I don't know, just cheap ass fucking hot dogs. And he asked me afterwards, he said, what do you think, man? Because I'm a big person on food quality,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also a big person on honesty, and especially when it comes to the food. And he asked me, he said, what do you think people think about? I said, honestly, man, people probably gonna be like, these things are horrible. These are the worst, lowest common denominator.
After
He said, I don't
drinking.
feel like that. I think everybody's gonna be happy that I came through with some free hot dogs. And to a degree, I guess he was right for a few minutes, but then after a while, people started getting sick, and it's just that's it's just not worth it to buy like piss poor food, shit like that. So I don't know, but
that's cool for Costco. But yeah, I'm just gonna start buying from small businesses, black, like you said, black.
some people said go out in the country.
I know.
Some people say go out in the country. There's farms and people out there in the country that we drove by the church that had the little collard green field. Who owns the collard green field? Maybe they're going to be selling collard greens. You know,
they look beautiful. I mean, they look.
They really
lovely.
did too. Just out there looking all like, hey, Deron.
Nice. Yeah.
It's happening. I could be
Nice
on
and
your
green.
table next week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's, and the other alternative to that is actually growing some shit.
Well, I've been wanting to grow stuff. Actually, I found some stuff for the inside of the RV.
Can't
Some
grow
mushroom stuff and some herbs. Like, yeah, you can.
You
I
can grow
follow
herbs, but you
people.
can't really grow like some food to eat
Oh,
regularly
well.
in this RV.
Well, like what?
I mean, because we're going to grow something to be like, all right, that was good. We got another 3.5 months before we have another one.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I see people doing it. There's people like us living full-time in an RV, and they make it happen. They just, like you say, you buy your food that you're going to, you've done this in the past. You buy the food that you're going to make for that day. You go to the grocery store. So that's
generally
what
how you
they're
do it.
doing.
That's generally how you do it. You keep everything. Like when I lived in the city, I didn't have anything in my refrigerator until I was going to cook something. You know what I'm saying? Then I went down. I had a list of things that I needed to get.
Mm-hmm.
I went and got those things, and I came home and I cooked that shit. It was very little mess. You know, I didn't have a lot of. I had like, condiments and shit like that, but I didn't keep like meat in the freezer. I just went and got fresh, like fresh meat if I was going to eat something. I went and got fresh vegetables. I didn't have like, frozen peas and shit like that. I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I just had what I needed to have in order to make food, sustainable food for me for the evening or a couple days.
It sounds like you even took the time to go, like you made it a habit to go, to take the time to go get the food that you're going to make for that day. Where that's why, for me, I would freeze my meat because I would go to the grocery store on the weekend, get my food, and then be like, all right, then during the week I work and I'm not going to have time to go to the store. But it sounds like you made that a habit to be like, no, I'm going to go to the store.
Well, I'll tell you why it was a habit, because of the environment that I lived in. Yeah. I lived in a very walkable environment. The grocery store was literally 4 blocks from my house. Mm-hmm. My train stop was a block and a half from the house. It made me walk. I walked when I lived in New York. It made me walk.
And New York is all small. A lot of small business.
Yeah, it was like Jay used to call it. Yeah, business. See, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that was really good about New York is I didn't really have to go to major grocery stores. Mm-hmm. There were some. And I did go from time to time, but I didn't really have to go to major grocery stores. There was mom and pop grocery stores. There was a Bravo. There was a Key Food. Just easy grocery stores to go to. And listen, Bravo is minority owned, I believe. I believe both of them are.
That's cool.
Hey,
I should look into that.
Key Food could get my money all day.
Yeah, like
Key Food could get my money all day. I'm almost willing to bet you that Bravo is Latin owned though.
I'm gonna go look into that.
You know what I'm saying? But you also got to take into consideration now. Did you support, this incoming bullshit?
Not only did you support, let's just talk about, like you said, groceries. What's the quality of the food?
Yeah, the quality of food, man, that really is something that's got to...
And it's going to be an issue here shortly because motherfuckers going to be running shit and... Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, even at some of the restaurants that we've eaten at here lately. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm over that shit. Listen. Oh.
I'm just like,
Not even that. I'm just...
I'll make it myself.
And
I love y'all.
And sometimes for the prices, I'm like, y'all ridiculous. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
Yeah, everybody. See, they starting to.
I'm just gonna stay home.
And they starting to. The prices of the food. My wife and I went out to eat. We went out to eat, and we had 2 things and 2 glasses of water. We had a chicken sandwich and we had a cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger. That's all we had, right? Yeah, that's what we had.
That's it. Yeah, I mean.
And our bill was $50 fucking. $50 on the money. $50 fucking. I couldn't fucking believe it.
That shit traumatized
you know what though?
my ass.
I almost want to go back and order another, sit someplace else and order a cheeseburger, sit in there someplace and see if it's the same price. You know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't the same price, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch out, man. You just got to watch out for shit. You know, you got to watch out who you support, even in small business. You know what I'm saying?
That
you got to make sure
too.
you got to make sure you're supporting the right small business.
Because I mean, you're right about that, because I was really excited to be there thinking I was supporting that family.
Absolutely, because we met those people and it turns out that they sold it and it was some Russian folks.
I kind of felt some type of way when I heard that. I was like, oh, that sucks.
But
you know?
they sold it. They, like they said, they got an offer they couldn't refuse.
Yeah,
they sold
and
it and they went back to Brooklyn.
And then that made me happy
That
for
made
them.
me happy for
I
them.
was like, okay. So, I mean, I was like, oh,
You know,
that,
maybe
that
they could,
makes
maybe
sense.
they made enough money where they could do this in Brooklyn.
But then she brought the receipt, and that shit for real traumatized me.
Yeah,
I
that
was
shit-
just like, I ain't got no words right now.
Yo, I wanted to
And
fight her, but I know it wasn't. She was
yeah, it
just
wasn't
working.
her.
And she was just working.
I was just like, look, and
People out here taking advantage of people.
it's like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like,
it's gonna be
I'll
wild
come
because
back if your price is. This is the thing. You just
listen,
lost
people
a
ain't gonna come
customer.
back, babe. Listen, people ain't gonna come back. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the economy is about to be fucked. There's people. Listen, there's gonna be people that cannot afford to go out that are going out now. You know what I mean? They go out now, but soon they're not gonna be able to go out, or they're
Yeah.
gonna choose not to go out in order to save money. You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna go out and pay $50 fucking for a cheeseburger and a chicken sandwich. Have you lost your fucking mind?
Oh man, that's for all this shit that I talked about. This motherfucking chicken sandwich
And
down the street.
notice it was happy hour as fuck, and it was dead.
Yeah.
It was happy hour like a motherfucker, and it was dead.
Which I was like, wow, I don't want this for these people. You know, because
Yeah.
again, I didn't know that it was not the same owner, so I was
Well,
just like, wow, it's
we
kind of
tried
slow.
to give it. We tried to give it the college try.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's all right.
but
That's
it-
what we do. We support what you know. We try to support local and we try to support small, but sometimes I'm just like here, I'm just like, that's cool. That's I just won't go back.
Yeah,
but
I just won't go back.
I just
to
think
it.
that you're ridiculous with your prices. You definitely would have a return customer if.
Well,
you
we've been
knew
there
how to
several times.
fucking
That's a
cost
place.
your shit.
That's one of the places that we liked. We've been there several times. That's
Like,
one of the
bro,
places that we like, but now we don't go there no more.
Why the fuck did I turn the whole financial analyst motherfucking switch all the way off?
Yo, I turned the fucking food and beverage director shit like right on some like I know as a food and beverage director, you guys, this is highway robbery.
Like, where did you order the fucking chicken from? Where did that chicken come from?
What was it? $24 for my burger, and it was $26 for your chicken sandwich.
That's just lovely.
That's fucking ridiculous. But you know what they did though?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't put the fucking price.
Oh yeah.
They didn't
What
put
was
the
a daily
fucking-
special?
Still,
Well, of course, I know. I know what you're saying.
put the price next to the fucking special. Every restaurant that I've ever worked at in my life, when I put the specials board, or when I had them go do the specials board, whatever, put the price next to
Yeah,
it. This
no.
is $13.95.
I agree with you.
I mean, like, listen, tell them off, but that's the thing. They didn't put it down in hopes that people like us, which I guess we was the suckers, you know what I'm saying, would go sit down and fall for it. But I just assumed that, what's the worst a cheeseburger
Well-
could be? It's a decent place. $14?
Well, this is the thing. When I opened up the regular menu, I saw the cheeseburger price. So yeah, I was actually expecting it to be about $15.
How much was the regular menu cheeseburger?
I think it was about $15.
Man, they should have been that burger. Listen,
So I don't know what
they
was
added
special.
10 more fucking dollars to the
Because of
burger.
Is it truffles? I need to understand.
I didn't have truffle shit. You had truffle.
Oh, you know what you had?
What?
Salt and pepper. Because they added salt and pepper.
That's what I got charged for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I had a bacon cheeseburger.
I had the truffle. But you can suck a whole fucking dick
Yeah. That shit crazy to me.
that you charge that. And I mean, I got to let this go. There's a lot of things I got to work on that's happened in the past week. and this is one of them.
We
But
all
I
work
just
in
gotta
progress,
say that you motherfuckers are out of control out here, charging motherfuckers. Like, it's crazy the amount of money people are charging for
the
certain things.
audacity to what
I
I mean, wow, bro. Like, I mean, but you know what though? They just floated it out there to see if motherfuckers was gonna like ridicule them.
Suck a dick.
And some people were like, "Yeah, it's fine." You know what it is? A lot of people got that bullshit. You charge for your service, from that. So that social media post that says my stuff is expensive and it's always gonna be. Listen, a cheeseburger is not $26. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Chicken sandwich ain't $26. I don't give a fuck.
And it wasn't like
I don't give a fuck if Batman cooked that shit.
It's not like True Food Kitchen where it's clean.
Like it right.
That's my thing, and I guess that's where I'm stuck
we went to
with
True
that.
Food, and I think we spent $58. I think we spent $58. I had a cheeseburger. What did you have that day? I had a cheeseburger.
Ooh, I had a
No.
squash spaghetti.
Yeah.
And
I had
chicken.
I had a grass-fed cheeseburger.
Sorry.
And that's what I had. You know what I mean? And it was, and we had a picture
That's
of
right. Dragon fruit.
Like a dragon fruit lemonade, or like a freshly made lemonade. Like,
it's so beautiful, the color.
yo, we had water and 2 cheeseburgers at this place, and that shit was $50. Water, a cheeseburger, and a chicken sandwich. Never again will I go there.
Yeah, that's fine. Lesson learned, right? Now
Yes.
now we know.
Listen, and knowing is half the battle.
And there, boom. But are we upset about it? Yeah, because it's like, well, fuck.
Why? I mean, why charge that, man? Come on. Yeah, I'm damn right.
It's not that we don't have the money to pay for it.
Well, that's exactly right. But
It's that.
it's the principle.
Right.
Why charge? Why do you feel that you need to charge this much money? I mean, what standard are you trying to set? I mean, because all you do, like I was about to say, a lot of businesses are going to suffer anyway because people aren't going to have the money to go out and spend. I'm going. Listen,
we could have gone across the street, got $2 slice pizza,
and Taco Bell and all that shit. They about to see a heyday, but see, all of them are going up too. In a minute, it's going to be a lot of businesses closing, going bankrupt because they just not going to have the customer base anymore because people just ain't going to have the resources or the funds to go out and I got to have gas to get to work. Now, if I go out to eat, I ain't going to have gas.
Well, some people going to still choose to go eat and fuck work.
Yeah, but then you're going to have, people losing their fucking jobs.
Fuck that. I'm just going to chill at home. And I'm not going to pay my
home.
bills.
How long you have a fucking home? How long you yeah, you're going to eat, but you're going to not be able to get to work.
Mm-hmm, that's cool.
Yeah, okay. And they're going to come kick your ass right the fuck to the street.
That's cool, too.
Oh. Yeah, they locking motherfuckers up on some convict leasing that's homeless.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, shit. If you are homeless, maybe you should fucking go to jail.
Ugh.
Because you got to play. You have a place to sleep, 3 hots in the cot.
Man. That's the craziest advice.
But you got to get your ass up at work, and that's what I think. That's the part I think it ain't going to work out for a lot of people. Because it's January 1st. I think it's illegal to be homeless here now.
Shit.
I think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be illegal to be homeless here shortly, if not already.
Ugh. So what? To close the shelters?
No, I'm sure they're gonna still have shelters, but they're gonna be full, man. They're gonna be full.
Well,
And also shelters. There's a lot of bullshit in shelters.
Yeah,
There's
I've
stories of
heard.
fucking like rape and all kinds of
Yeah.
fucking drug abuse and fucking
And
violence and
people
theft
stealing,
and fuck yeah.
Oh.
These shelters aren't necessarily the best things in the world.
They can be though.
They could be.
Yeah, they could.
I mean, if we had people that actually cared, or funding
right.
from places that
Right.
actually gave them money to have proper programs for people to help rehabilitate people and help them get on their feet.
I was thinking about this. So when we were driving around yesterday and passed by this hospital that's closed on the street, I thought they're building so many hospitals. We were just talking about this earlier, how I see so many hospitals being built. I don't see enough mental health facilities.
Because they don't give a fuck about your mental health. They don't give a fuck about your mental health. They think they do. They try to.
Instead, they send you to the hospital where you're going to get fully medicated on some shit.
And they're going to turn your ass out into the fucking world. Listen, this guy who drove his car through the crowd on New Year's Eve, he was going through some shit mentally. You know what I'm saying? He was mentally fucked up. I guess he was going through a divorce. And he had originally invited his ex-wife and I guess his kids, and he was going to kill their ass at the house, from what I understand. That's what they say. But I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you shot the motherfucker,
Maybe
as he got out the car.
But we don't, again.
I mean,
Right now, I think everything's very preliminary.
But you know what, though? Also, I think a lot of this shit sometimes is planted. A lot of this shit, I mean, because at the same time, they had a Tesla blow up in front of Trump Tower, and it was, come on, y'all. I mean, all right.
Yeah.
It's a lot of funny shit going on. It's a lot of funny shit going on. I think a lot of this shit is getting to the point where they're going to start instigating some sort of, I mean, there's about to be a lot of civil unrest. I hope not. I'm really hoping not, but it's getting to be where people starting to get, fucked up, in the game, with what's going on with our country, what's going on with our citizens in the country, our mental health in the country, school shootings. There's mass shootings. I mean, listen, it's 2 days in, and we've already had. There was a couple people. Well, there was I think like 15 people hurt or wounded in Queens, New York, yesterday at a nightclub.
No, it was about 10.
Or something.
Still, but yeah, it was less than 15. But that happened. But that was outside of a club.
But still,
yeah. But
here we are, 2
yeah,
days into it,
and then there was the other one in Illinois.
Yeah, and 2 people died there, right?
I don't know about. I just saw the article about the shooting, but tried not to. It's too much to take in. I mean, so much is happening. Yesterday, it's a lot. I mean, sometimes you need a break. Well, I take a break from the news at times. Yeah, I want to know what's going on. I want to be out here just living.
Just fucking
in the
oblivious
unknown.
to what the fuck's happening.
But I also need to take a break from it because it is heavy at times. Shootings and more shootings. It's like, okay.
I can definitely understand people wanting to unplug from mainstream media and mainstream news and things of that nature. I had to jump off social media for like 2 months. I didn't make videos for like 2 months. I finally put up a video yesterday and I put one up today, but I jumped off social media. I went because it was just it's real difficult trying to be a social justice warrior and try to have a voice that people will listen to, with all this noise in the background. There's so much going on around us. People are really, breaking down in every part of our society here in the United States. I mean, race relations are breaking down. Relations with the LGBTQ community are breaking down. I mean, there's still the rift between black men and white men. I mean, black men and black women. There's still all these things that are culminating to this head when everybody needs to calm it down for a minute.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot coming. It's just a lot. And there's
what do you? I mean,
it's a lot, to take in. Currently, what's happened in the past day, these mass shootings.
Well, the guy driving over the people and then a couple of shootings.
Yeah, the mass shooting, and then because Well, he drove on people. He didn't shoot. I don't think he shot, right?
Oh, well, they say he got out of his car with some sort of assault rifle.
Yeah.
Shooting. He was shooting. Apparently, he was shooting while he was driving. I'm like, what? So he was doing it. He knew something was gonna happen to him because they couldn't let his ass live.
Oh yeah. I mean, hello.
And did you hear what? Did you hear what fucking Orange Kool-Aid said?
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Jumping to
already jumped off the deep end on some like the immigrants. This motherfucker was born
here,
right here in the United States, served in the army.
Calm it down.
But did he had any apology? Hello? No? Any my bad? I fucked that up? No. No.
Nope.
He's gonna stand up on it. He's gonna stand in it.
Yeah, that was wild, but is it a surprise?
He's already fucking it up. He hadn't even taken fucking office yet. But like I said, I think people are starting to see through some of his bullshit. They're starting to realize that, you voted for him, but
that's cool, but it's a little too late now. Now you're about to feel it
by his policies also. Right. You are going to be hurt by this as well. This is broad sweeping. It's not because you voted for him, you're going to be immune from these policies or immune from this
like there's a dome, like coming. You're gonna live in a bubble for those.
Yeah,
this
so
period
like, the MAGA bubble.
Yeah.
We're all going to be in here safe together while just the Democrats and liberals out here just running amok in the world. No. I had to stop looking at social media for a while because that's what my content was becoming. It was very politically charged. Mm-hmm. I was talking about Republicans and Democrats all the time. And honestly, both of them can eat my ass. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a registered Democrat, but, the fuck they doing? Yeah. They really dropped the ball. Kamala could have pulled it off, but she dropped the fucking ball. I saw some of the interviews. They asked her some questions. She was just like,
yeah.
When they asked her, listen, the chick put her on the spot, right? And so did the dude on CNN. Both of them put her on the spot. And they said to her, the chick said, would you do anything different than your boss, than the president? And she was like, basically didn't signify that she would change anything. Basically going with his own. And that right there showed people that, they didn't want more of what's going on now. She had an opportunity right there to galvanize a lot of people at the same time. 26%. I think it was like 20 or 26% of black men and 5% of black women voted for him. But I guarantee you, voted for him. But I guarantee you those people would have voted for her if she would have spoke up and be like, look, we're going to try as hard as we can to get y'all some reparations. Mm-hmm. At least start working on it. This is going to take a minute.
And that was a pretty tough question to ask her. I mean, she's just probably like, she was like, wait a minute now. But also the way we saw that.
I don't agree with that. I think it's an easy question to answer. And the question is, people don't want to see what's going on right now. So in that, some things do have to change.
But she was not the person to make that change because right there she could have answered that differently.
That's what I would have said. What I just said is what she should have said. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People are obviously upset with some things that are going on in our country right now. There are some things that are going wrong in our country right now. So obviously there are some things that need to change, which would signify to everybody that, hell yeah, I'm going to change some shit. Some shit going to change. Yeah, but under me, this is going to happen.
Yeah, she was just...
Of course. I definitely I worked for Joe Biden. I was happy to work for Joe Biden, but I have my own policies and my own lane and my own vision for what America should be for the people that I'm representing. You're representing women, you're representing women of color. You're representing a lot. A lot is riding on this, and she just didn't perform well. They both of them fucked up at the debate, but he pulled it out because he had a viral moment. One thing about him, he's able to stay memorable. He does all kinds of outlandish shit, and you're just gonna remember the shit he says. This motherfucker said, "You eating the dogs and eating the cats," and motherfuckers started making remixes out of that shit. And the next thing you know, his mouth and his voice and everything about him is already all over the media again. making another impression, and you can't really compete with that, you know, because you're only black one time, you're only a woman one time, you know. It's gonna come down to what are you going to say. This guy is just sensational. He says whatever the fuck, whether or not it's a lie or it's, you know, some slur or whatever it is. He just says what the fuck he wants to. You know what I'm saying? She had an opportunity not to necessarily stoop to his level, but do what she should have done, which is go for the jugular. She's a prosecutor. She should have prosecuted him right in front of the country, in the whole country. He was guilty. He's guilty of everything he's the only, like I keep saying, he's the only 36-time felon walking around free. She should have raked him over the coals and made the world, not only the United States people, but the world understand why he is not fit to be the president or lead our country or lead this country. Because, you know, I mean, I use the term "our country" loosely because, you know, I mean, it really wasn't ours to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So, but she could have definitely chose a different avenue. She could have chose also. She chose Tim Walz, and that was a bad choice for vice president. You know, that's just not a good choice. You know, I would have came from left field with it. You know what I'm saying? I would have came from straight left field. I would have grabbed up Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
You know, Jasmine Crockett, because Jasmine Crockett is a pit bull. You know, people say, "Oh, she's not necessarily ready." Well, who is? Who is? Donald Trump wasn't ready. But it just seems like I said, it seems like if anybody else besides a white male tries to do something, I mean, even a white female has a hard time. Anybody else besides a white male tries to do something, they are put down a level. If you get what I'm saying, you know, like, all right, the big boys are here, you know, let you guys step aside, you know, you guys are down here on this level while we're up here on this. And that's what it always seems like to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me.
No, I think Jasmine would have been a great pick because she is not afraid to say what the fuck she needs to say, and she'll say it in your face.
Listen.
And she'll make sure that you understood her the first time. So I was like, yeah, but it is what it is, right?
That's exactly right. It is what it is. And we are in for 4 years or whatever the fuck. So, like I keep saying, and I'll say it again, I want to be wrong about what's going on, but, you know, we'll see. You know, but in 2025, you know, it's up to us right now to figure out the best course of action for us to go and who to support going forward. And excuse me, because based on, you know, the things that these people want to pull off in this project 2025, you know, I can't get behind. There's a lot of us, and it's no big secret. A lot of us can't get behind it, and I can't get behind the companies that support it. But like I was saying before, it's hard to find certain. It's like I said, it's going to be hard to find grocery stores.
Oh yeah.
You know, things like doctors are easy. It's going to be hard to find hardware stores. You know, I mean, it's going to be hard to find things that didn't contribute to his campaign or drop their DEI stance. You know,
because around here it's already hard.
Of course it is.
To find anything that we're trying to support. You know, we're trying to support, well, I don't know about that store down the street, the little produce store or the grocery store, Fifth
Third?
Yeah.
It's a small family-owned farm, but I'm almost willing to bet they didn't vote for Harris. You know, so in that, do we support these people? But they're small business. But they're a small business that supported the other side.
Right.
What do? You
have to go online and see who the fuck you can find, who you can support, and just pay for shipping and just wait for that shit.
Well, they're saying that, you know, there are some people who didn't support the campaign. You know what I mean? Like, I think Whole Foods was safe. But see, that's another thing. Like Target also, I heard they dropped their DEI shit too. Well, Whole Foods is a part of this Amazon shit. And Amazon workers is striking their ass off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or have been. I don't know if they solved that or not. I'm not sure if they have or not.
Well, we went somewhere else for organic food.
We went
Sprouts.
to Sprouts. We're not sure what their stance is, but
We're looking for something smaller, but it's so hard. I can tell you right now. How long have we been looking for some organic food?
yeah, it's hard. It's hard
That's
to find.
local and
It's hard to find
black owned and
well, black and Latin owned
and
because
Latin owned. And when you
know,
start breaking it down, it's like, oh wow, I can't really find many.
well, I'll tell you what, black and when you add Latin to it, you know, and like I said, I wholeheartedly think that, you know, I heard somebody say this the other day. Once black people, Latin people, and Asian people realize that they're being oppressed by the same people, the same. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once that, then the whole power structure will shift, you know, and unite behind that. The whole power structure will shift. You know what I'm saying? And it'll change. I believe it'll change for the better.
Yeah, but that's gonna take a minute.
Well, it's going to take a longer than a minute. It's
Yeah.
going to take somebody to bring everybody together. You know, it's going to take somebody to come along and say, listen, you and you need to come sit in this room, and we need to sit down and say, this is why this needs to happen. Because, man, I think I just had a Nostradamus moment. I think I'm having a Nostradamus moment right now. Now they say the Bible that the Antichrist will show himself, and he will be somebody who is a military power and is very charismatic and will appear to bring world peace and bridge the gap and bring everybody together. Everybody thought this dude, you know, Mr. Orange Kool-Aid over here, he would, but he's not bridging any gaps. You know what I'm saying? So it's not him. You know, but they also said that the Antichrist will, I think, will, you know, he's supposed to die by like on some sort of head wound or something like that. I don't know. You know, I kind of do know, but it's real vague. This is from back at like church school days, church camp.
Oh shit! At least you remember.
Kinda.
Some
you know?
of it.
And yeah, because it was scary. They made it seem like fire and brimstone. Because that's what it is. That's what's coming is fire and brimstone. And then that's supposed to bring about the apocalypse. And that's when the Lord is supposed to come back. And you're supposed to hear the trumpet. And instantly, what's going to happen is the rapture. And instantly, everybody who believes is going to be instantly taken to heaven. And they're going to disappear right in your face. Poof. And then it's going to be a fight for good and evil. You know, between which the Lord will prevail. But I'm like, why would they fight over Earth, though? I mean, for real, though. I mean, there's many other planets. I'm sure there's... Why would they be down just... Is it just Earth? You know, or, I mean, maybe not Earth. Maybe,
Oh, my God. I mean, stay down here.
And even still... I mean, I don't understand. You know, when you die, you go to heaven. But when you die, if you do bad, you go to hell.
Yeah.
I don't understand. How do we? And what I don't understand is how the fuck do we know?
Right.
How do we know?
I mean, who said it?
Who the fuck said it? Who was like, yo, let me tell you what the fuck happened when I died, man.
Motherfuckers.
I'm back. I was there for a while. I'm going to go back next week and I'll listen.
Ugh. Who said that? Now I want to know who started this rumor, and we got to stop the shenanigans right now.
Who said it?
But then that leads to that one article you talk about. All dogs go to heaven. So then all dogs go to heaven.
Well, that was a movie. I think All
Oh
Dogs
no,
Go to Heaven was
no,
a
it's definitely a movie.
But I did read the article that said, like I said, dogs don't go to heaven.
Oh, the dogs don't.
Yeah, somebody asked, does your pet go to heaven? And religious, the religious, community got together, the religious, authority
There's no way
decided that dogs
different.
don't have a soul.
Oh.
And therefore, and okay, all right, listen. And this is how I know these motherfuckers are full of shit too. Okay, they're full of shit too. This is how I know they're full of shit. We're made in God's image, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they said, right?
Yep.
Okay, how much you want to bet God has a dog?
Right.
How much? How much you want to bet? God's got probably a
crazy.
couple of dogs. I picture God to be a golden retriever kind of guy, or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I picture. That's what I picture. I think God has, a couple of really nice golden retrievers. Why not? I'm God.
So they don't think that dogs.
They don't think, the religious scholars, they don't think that dogs have a soul, something that loves you unconditionally, no matter what you do to it. I mean,
But what's the whole thing about, love then? So they didn't love us the whole time?
yeah,
That
they didn't know that they loved us,
Yeah.
or get the fuck out
They
of here,
didn't
man.
show love.
Stop, leave me alone. A dog was put here by God for us. If it's anything, okay. Let's just say hypothetically I was this religious person. God, I believe God put all the creatures here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he put dogs here for us. He put dogs here for us. They are our companions. They are our helpers.
Oh, man.
They are our
Yes.
protectors. He put them here for us. Yeah, we domesticated them and all of that shit. But he put them here for us.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Damn, these people are cold, though. Like, the dogs don't go to heaven.
they just don't. But see,
only-
but
they
that's what
probably
I
don't
get
think
back to, though, babe.
we don't
How
go
the
to
fuck
heaven.
do they know?
But we don't either then.
Who said that? Who the fuck said it?
Remember, we pay for it in the afterlife?
See, yeah,
I mean, we reap the benefits over there afterwards.
I think that's bullshit, too.
Of course.
Oh, you got to forego your earthly riches now in order to get your riches after you die. Get the fuck
No.
out of here.
Not at all.
Get the fuck out of here.
And this
That
is what
just
I'm.
sounds like some shit. Ugh.
This is what I'm talking about a lot.
And again, and again, and again. How the fuck do they know?
See,
How do they know? How do they know? Oh, Jesus said it. You know what? There is probably a lot of people who said a lot of shit.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus wasn't the only person at the time claiming to be the Messiah or the Son of God. You didn't know that, did you? Maybe you did. But there was competitors. There were competitors of Jesus. No bullshit. From what I understand. Now, people are like, oh, you believe in Jesus? Yeah, probably. I believe he was a person. I believe Jesus was a person. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was a real person, and he has to be somebody controversial for them to be talking about him 2,000 years later. Simple as that. Okay? Now, they've never found his body, nor any of the apostles, and that's one of the issues that people are having. Now, plenty of things could have happened. They could have went to sleep with the fishes, for all we know. After they took him off the cross or whatever, a number of things could have happened to the bodies after that, because we know how ruthless men and women are. I mean, I hate to say it, and maybe blasphemy. They could have fed Jesus to the pigs. Who knows? We don't fucking know. And the reason why we don't know is because man is man, and man is corrupt, and man lies, and we can sit up right here right now and look at men right now creating their own narrative to benefit themselves right here in our faces today. You know what I'm saying? So Who's to say that men from back in those days didn't do the same? I mean, because at the end of the day, the Bible was written, 90 years, something like that, after the death of Jesus? You know what I'm saying? So they was on some hearsay.
Yeah, 90 years, so.
Yeah, man. The book of Paul wasn't the book of Paul, all kind of shit. So it's hard to get behind some of this shit that they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get behind
it's hard for me to try to believe this shit.
It's hard.
Or they were like, well, it's not that you got to believe in it, it's because that's what happened. Well, I don't.
No.
Well,
How do you know?
That's what
How
happened,
do you
but...
know? How? No. It just comes back to it, babe. How do you know? There was because of this book right here. There's plenty of fucking books.
Yeah, but that's the same book. You're just supposed to read it and not really question it. Just go with what it says.
That's what I'm saying. And there's a lot of things in that book. There are a lot of things in the book that are contradictory to itself. You know what I'm saying? It's just It's just, come on, man. Come on, man. So in that, I can't get behind it. It's hard to get behind it. What I do think, though, is that Jesus was an extremely intelligent person. He was extremely influential. A good person. I believe Jesus was a good person, a good, righteous person. And maybe he did. Maybe he spoke about his father, who he believed was his God. Was God. Maybe he did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what he believed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what he does. My father does this. Maybe that's what he actually believed. And I can't take that away from Jesus. Maybe he got other people to believe that, because maybe his life was, as a humble person, was just fine. Maybe he was able to make people believe that being this humble person that did works of good, deserved these things. Maybe he believed that. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he did. But again, how does anybody else know?
We don't.
Facts. We've been talking for a long time.
Yeah.
This is like 2 podcasts and shit.
Yeah, we done talked about everybody. Jesus, God, the peoples,
Donald Trump,
the man, the restaurant, the food, the pets, and life, and the plan. It's all good in the hood.
Got a lot going on this episode.
I told you, but what did I say? It's a lot. And so we're not the only ones that are going probably through a lot. I'm sure a lot of people are worried about what's coming up.
Listen, the mental health of the country is in the toilet right now.
It's at the all-time high.
I mean,
it's a lot going on.
I'm like I said, I'm having some issues and have been lately. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't talked to my therapist in a little bit, but it really is coming up on time where I need to sit back down with my therapist. I don't want to adjust my medication. That's one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to have more of but I'm having some issues, I'm trying to hold them in as well as I can, or manage them. I'm not necessarily hold them in.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
I don't hold them in. You know that. I'm trying to figure out ways to manage. But
yeah.
But I'm trying to be okay. And I guess for right now, I'm as well as anybody else. For like right now. But
well, I want to say that you've held, not that you've held it in, but I can see where you're like, okay, I'm about to,
Yeah,
you know,
start cracking.
but I can see where you're managing it, and it's great, you know.
Oh.
And I do realize that, especially these past few days,
Well,
a lot has been going on.
it's
But you've
hard. I
managed.
mean, it's hard to watch the country. Also, it's hard
Yeah,
to watch everybody
that's what I'm
around
saying.
me.
Like,
There are so many people that are suffering from mental health issues that it really is taking a toll on the country, and it just seems like no one is really standing up as a solid advocate for, hey man, stop the music for a second. Half of our country is mentally ill,
it is. Well, yesterday,
possibly more.
what I did notice yesterday during the fucking countdown, or no, the night before, when they were doing the countdown, they had the news. Remember, they had the news, and then they had like the clip of the countdown.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm not trying to watch negative shit into the new year right now. That's just how I felt. And then this thing happened. Well, that's when they were playing Kamala Harris. Remember? And that's when they were playing the question that they asked her what she would have done.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, why are you playing this right at almost New Year's Eve? You guys are just up to bullshit. And then yesterday, we had the news on, and they just kept talking about what happened in New Orleans. And I get it. I've heard it. I understand. But one thing that I realized without even looking up at the television, they emphasize a lot on certain words like death, and they just push that out there. And I'm like,
the
can
media
we change
is
the
tactical
TV?
as fuck to get you to believe certain shit.
Like, I'm not gonna do this.
You're absolutely right.
I'm not gonna do this today. Like, I get it. I'm sorry. My condolences to those families, but the media can be real like harsh.
Yeah, just and they can be
and
also
careless.
They can be very reckless.
Reckless, there it is, because they say things and you have families going through it, and you guys just keep pushing.
And they can be very insensitive at the same time.
It is.
But at the same time, it's not their job to be sensitive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they want viewership, so they do like human interest stories to make it seem like our network cares about people. But you don't give a fuck about people because you lean people one way or the other based on whatever corporate interest pumps money into your organization.
No, I felt like this one yesterday, they were trying to pump some fear. Like a little bit more, using certain words.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, dude.
He jumped on Truth Social.
He
jumped on his Truth Social platform and started talking about immigrants. Immediately, fear-mongering about immigrants. Oh, it's the immigrants. No, motherfucker, it's Americans.
Yeah, all that fear shit.
It's Americans, motherfucker. And the bottom line is this. This is the problem. He has a very skewed image as to what an American looks like. You follow me? He has a very skewed image. His depiction of an American is someone that looks like him.
Mm.
He thinks that is the quintessential picture perfect American.
Mm-hmm.
When moreover, America is a melting pot of so many different cultures. We all represent America.
Oh yeah.
And he reached right out overseas to some immigration something, because this person that committed this crime, this person did not look like the American that he should have looked like.
Mm. Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Well, we've been we've been talking for a hot ass minute. So I guess we should wrap it up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want some dessert, babe? I got ice cream and cookies.
Yeah, the only thing we didn't talk about is the birds and the bees.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the birds and the
No, I'm
bees.
just saying, because we talked about this topic and that one.
We could talk about the birds and the bees.
No, babe, I'm just playing.
All right, so I guess until next week, folks. Thanks for joining me. I want to thank my wife for joining me today. What's up, babe? Thanks.
Hey, yeah.
I appreciate it. I think it was good.
Yeah.
As we sign off to the fucking sirens.
Oh,
There
they
you go,
fly
folks.
through here.
There you go, folks. It's crazy.
They fly through here. Like, I think sometimes they're doing 90 miles
Listen,
per hour.
listen, and they always stop. They always stop. They blow right past here, and then 2 seconds almost after they pass here, the sirens shut off. Whip. But it is what it is. So, anyway, thank you very much, folks, for joining me. Like I was saying, thanks, babe, for being with me. I want to thank my producer, Jesse Yandel, for helping me produce my show. I want to thank my parents for giving me the mouthpiece, man. And I want to thank Gentry Thomas for giving me the platform. And I want to thank my listeners for joining me every week for just the shenanigans, I guess. I do appreciate you, and please, please, please join me next week when I'm gonna, like I said, I enjoy having my wife on. I'm gonna try to get her on more frequently. She generally tells me to kiss her ass, but I'm gonna try to get her on. Not so many words. But I'm going to try to get her on a lot more because I think she does a great job at it, and it's always fun to talk to my wife. So until then, folks, you guys have a really good week, and Happy New Year to you. I hope your holiday season was really good. I really, really do. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on TikTok. I'm as Deron motherfucking Harris, MUFUGGIN Harris. I'm on TikTok. On Instagram as Deron, the illustrious Deron T. Harris, and Facebook as Deron T. Harris Comedian. So, yeah, I think that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Peace.